Hi bestie, how's it going? How you getting on today? Okay, so today is an important video for me because at the start of the year, I sat down with you and I worked out what my goals were going to be for this whole year, how much I wanted to save, how I wanted to be closer towards my goals. And today we're going to figure out if I met, exceeded, or failed against those goals. So for me, I feel a bit nervous. I don't know how much money I've saved up this year. I don't know how well I've done towards my goals, but we're going to look into it and we're going to get it done right now. So here we are in my more than a budget planner. In about a week's time, you're going to see the new planner, and like I've already seen little bits of it. It hasn't actually arrived for me yet at this point in time, but I'm super excited. We're going to move over, we literally got there already. We're going to move over to the goals page here, and we're going to look at how far we got with everything, and yeah. So first of all, my goals for the year were to save 20k in 5 weeks. So that was through the 200 envelope challenge. So we were going to do save £402 per week, which was 1,608 per 4-week month. We're going to do the 200 envelope challenge and we're going to complete the 2 smallest and 2 largest per week. It didn't quite work out that way. What actually ended up happening is when I got paid well, I would put as much, like every month I put as much as I could do in there. But when I got paid well, I did what I could, and when I didn't get paid as much as I was expecting, I still did as much as I could. But it was some months we didn't put in that much money at all, and some months we put in like a hell of a lot of money. But I was going to film weekly and daily for accountability, which we did. We didn't miss a single upload. We did literally 200 shorts based off of that. I know it is completed. At the 1st of June, we were at 17 grand. So it'll be no surprises that we did complete it, but a lot of that was started the year previous. Then what I wanted to do was have a 1k Australia fund, save with leftovers from weekly saving challenge, and film stuffings for accountability. What actually happened with that, I'm going to turn this round, is we changed that to a holiday fund quite recently. So we changed it to a holiday fund, and at the moment we're at 2k. So really I can say that this one's done. I wanted a 1k month ahead fund. I know that that is done. So we were going to save with leftovers from weekly savings challenges, and we're going to film weekly. Now that one got boring for me, and something I have learned about my personality is that I need to be fun in order to make it happen. It needs to look good or be fun to make it happen. And because I didn't associate a savings challenge with that, I just tried to just save it. It didn't quite work out. It took longer than it needed to, but we got there. We finished it, and I don't need to look back at that. Then also I wanted to save £520 in Merry Cashmas. So I was going to save £10 a week, money from salary, going to cash stuff and use poster, and then film weekly shorts. I did film all those shorts, didn't post them all because I just got too busy towards the end of the year, but we did do it, and I've already spent it all. So Christmas was all sorted. So I know we've completed the smaller goals, but what I want to take a look at today is how far did I get? Well, I know we did it, right? So let's just tick that off now. We know we did it. We did the 200 envelope challenge, but how much have I actually saved this year? So we got another one of these videos where I have a blank piece of paper here, and we're going to write down what happened. This is what we've saved so far. First thing I need to tell you is we saved up the 10k challenge. We saved the 6k. I don't know whether that was this year or last year. We finished the 200 envelope challenge. So there is an abundance for money, but it's all mingled and intermingled with stuff that I've saved the year before and stuff that I saved the year before that, because it's all going towards the one goal of the house. So really the biggest thing to tell you is premium bonds. So premium bonds, we did a video about that last week. It was probably Tuesday last week. And in that I shared with you that it was maxed out because I have been very, very lucky and fortunate, and I've won £1,200 through that. But I've also been stuffing money into it absolutely constantly throughout the year. So premium bonds is now maxed out at £50,000. So I can't actually put any more premium bonds into that account. So now going forward, anything that I need to save needs to go into a different type of ISA and different types of savings accounts. So that's what we've got. There are 3 other savings accounts that I've got. So the house money, none of it is currently in cash anymore because we've consolidated up, we've put it into bank accounts where it can either win money or accrue interest, right? So starting with the first type of account, we've got this, I call it the house account. So that that's with my bank NatWest. So it's an account where it's got the best interest rate that I could find. So it's 5% and it fluctuates a little bit higher every now and then. How it works is it will only take a direct debit of £150 per month, and it gives you 5% on up to £5,000. So I will stop putting money into it once we get to £5,000, but it takes a while to get there because it's only letting you put in £150. So when we get there, it will stay at £5,000 just so that I can keep on getting the most interest that I can. But at the moment, we're not quite at £5,000, but we've been putting into it for well over a year now. So at the moment, we're at £2,735.19. So that's where we're at with that account. The next account we have is a LISA. So that is a UK thing. So it's an ISA, which is a something savings account. Don't know what the I stands for. Probably independent or individual. Probably individual actually. But the LISA is a different type. So how the LISA works, and I recommend everybody under 40 opens up one, it is the best interest rate you will ever find in your life. It is 25% interest. How it works is you can put up to £4,000 in there per year. When you do, the government at the end of the year will give you a bonus of 25% of what's in there. So if you put in £4,000, they will give you an extra £1,000. Now you can only withdraw that money if you are retiring or if you are taking it for your first home. So if you're a first time buyer. So that's the reason why it's in there for me. I've done 2 full years of that and then like a portion of a year. So at the moment I've got £12,016.51 in there. So there's a lot of money in there, but next year I'll be looking to top that up as well. So when the new financial year comes around in March, I believe it is, whatever money I've saved up, the 4,000, wherever it's coming from, it's going straight in there to top that up because I don't need it for premium bonds, right? And then the last one is an ISA. So we know that ISA, it's like a normal savings account. So how they work is, to be honest, I don't really know how they work, but you do get interest and it's like competitive and it's okay and it's easy to access and stuff like that. So it's a good account to have. You can only put in up to £20,000 per year minus what you've put in the LISA. So for me, I can put in up to 16,000. Now I've not been in a place to max that out, but I will be looking at doing that next year. So at the moment, everything I put in plus interest, and there has been a fair bit of interest gone into it, I've got 923.85. So that is my house money. That's literally my life savings. It makes me want to cry looking at it because that's so much graft has gone into that. And while it might not seem like a lot to a lot of you, or while it might seem an unachievable, unattainable amount of money to other people, that is a lot of graft. And if I can do that, anybody can. It's so much work has gone into that, and I'm really, really pleased with that. But how much do we currently have saved up for my house? This all comes up to £65,675.55. And for me, that is wonderful, wonderful. I didn't really know where I was going to be, because if we think about last year, I ended up the year on something like £45,000 and I wanted to save 20 grand this year. Bestie, we did it. You know, I know you've seen me do a 10k challenge. I know you've seen me do a 200 envelope challenge as well. A lot of that was started the year before. So it's actually been a lot to get to this place. So talking about where we were last year, if we cast our minds back to where we were last year, this time last year, I was telling you that so far I have saved up 21,234.06. So that means this year alone, we have saved up 44,441.49. When and how? When and how, bestie? I think the thing that I really need to make sure that I say to you, bestie, is geez Louise, thank you. Like that's a product of very hard work. That is a product of absolute graft. That is not really having days off, not really taking time to chill out and take care of myself and stuff like that. And I don't want to sound like a martyr or anything like that, but I've worked really fucking hard for that money. But it is the generosity of the community around me that loves the stuff that I sell and, you know, cares about me, that has supported me to have that money. So from the actual bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I don't think there's a way in which I can say it. I don't know if there are words even in the English vocabulary that can articulate how much I value and appreciate you without just bursting into tears and just becoming a mess. But I just want to say just thank you so much, because 44,441.49 is what I saved today. I am 65% there with my house money. So bestie, thank you. We've got a lot to discuss in terms of how far I am willing to go for a house and how much more I need to save to make my house a reality. But that'll come in a video in a couple days time when we talk about my goals for next year. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. Oh, mess my fingers up then. Please make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. I still feel a little bit like struck by this because, like, look at it. Like, I always said that next year, 2025, that's my year to buy my home. That's my 40th year on this planet. That's my year to make my home a reality. And it's starting to become more and more reasonable. It really is. Like, I spent a lot of my life, like, I don't want to be sappy and I don't want to be like, woe is me, but I spent a lot of my life growing up. If you think about how old I am, but if you think about me growing up in the early 90s, being gay wasn't talked about in schools. It was illegal to talk about how gay people love each other. It was illegal for me to get married. So much of a normal life was just blocked off at me. Not until my late 20s did I realise that having the life that I've always wanted was actually possible. But by then a lot of damage was already done. The way I spoke to myself, the way I treated myself, the way I treated money, the way I treated my future, a lot of the damage was already done. So it took me to my 30s to realise that the world is a different place now. I can have whatever I want. I can have what this person has. It makes no difference who I am and who I love, without wanting to really take it there, but I can still make my realities possible. And that is true for everybody watching this. We're told throughout our lives, no, you know, you can't have that, or that will never be possible. And some of the times it's us, you know, sometimes it's ourselves telling us that. But I'm sat here today having sat on a couple years of real hard work, and that's not just real hard work in the shop, that's real hard work on myself, that with belief in yourself and absolute dog-eared laser focus on achieving your goals, that it absolutely can happen. And I say it all the time, if I can do it, I'm nothing special, so can you. Have you considered becoming a channel member or a patron? Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks and significant discounts off my Etsy store. Channel members get early access to every single video. In fact, they've seen this video long before you have, bestie. If you like some of those perks and you like the sound of me, have a look at the links in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. Oh, this was really cathartic doing this video today. I've really enjoyed it. But tomorrow's video, because we're still in Vlogmas, tomorrow's video is my goals for 2025. So we're gonna get to see, geez, that's soon. We're gonna get to see what I want to achieve this last year. So obviously house is gonna happen, we got that, but how on earth am I gonna get there, bestie? With you, hopefully, is the answer, but exactly how I'm gonna break that down and how I'm gonna achieve my goals is gonna be shared tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring that notification bell, because it's gonna be a big one for me. Until then though, bestie, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. And I guess this piece of paper is like the best thing, if anything, to do. This really is a shocking one for me. I do that shocking face, like, let's really break it down, right? I do that shocking face because it works for thumbnails, right? But I actually am genuinely flabbergasted. All right, see you tomorrow, bestie.